One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yeah. Thought you was riding. Thought you was 10 toes down. The second something shiny came, you folded. It's cool though. You just told me how to move. Watch this. Used to think we was a unit, thought the back was covered. Thought you was my dog, man, thought you was my brother. Smiling in my face, shit, you really played a part. Acting like you with me, had me giving you my heart. But the loyalty was passing, man, that shit was see-through. Waiting for your moment, that's what fake ones be, do. Soon as opportunity came knocking on the door, you ain't even hesitate, you just went and asked for more. You ain't look back once, you went your own way. Show me who you were, man, I got nothing left to say. I ain't mad, I ain't bitter, ain't no salt to spill. You just lit a fire, man, you just made the focus real. This a full court pressing, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm filling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. Y'all just flaky people, man, you make me nervous. This a full court pressing, I am all out focused. You ain't on my team, then you just a locust. I ain't mad, I'm motivated, time to run the score. Yeah, I'm locked in, man, I'm kicking down the door. You thought that burn would stop me, man, you got it backwards. You just gave me fuel, man, I'm moving only faster. I ain't got no time for what a flaky person says. I am on a mission, you are in my way. I'm cutting off the dead weight, I don't care who suffers. If you ain't with vision, then you're undercovers. Sleeping on the grind, I am wide awake. Every year you handed me just taught me what to take. And I'm taking everything I am putting first. All that fake love, man, it was a damn curse. Now the curse is broken, now I see the path. You just woke the monster, you can do the math. Yeah, this a full court, press it, I ain't letting up. Put myself first, I'm filling my own cup. No empathy, no sympathy, I'm on my purpose. Y'all just flaky people, man, you make me nervous. This a full court, press it, I am all out focused. Who ain't in my team, then you're just a locust. I ain't mad, I'm motivated, time to run the score. Yeah, I'm locked in, man, I'm kicking down the door. So I don't look around, I just look ahead. Every promise that I made to myself is fed. All focus, all gas, I ain't gotta break. I don't care about your feelings or your new mistake. You made your choice, and now I'm making mine. My purpose is the only thing I see. I'm on the line, you are just a ghost, man, a lesson that I learned. Thanks for showing me that my own back is all I earn. So I'm holding it down, I'm the one I trust. Turning all the betrayal right in the dust. Watch me build an empire while you watch me from the side. Should've stayed down, man, you should've learned to ride. Full court present. All focus, all out. No sympathy. Yeah. Locked in. Purpose.
I'm telling you, like these headphones, when they are connecting to multiple devices, they just start picking up on. It's crazy. Anyways, I have my phone over here. This headphone is connected to it, and then something else starts to play. I'm like, what in the world is that? Disconnect it from that. That way, these headphones can be fully focused on what we have going on over here. All right. I am Coach Ralph. We are engineered to win. We have a great show lined up for us today. We are going to be, I gave up. I think we wasted the past 2 weeks trying to get around $10 a month, right? So because Supabase, I already have a Supabase account. I can just add another project to it, $10 a month. Trying to chase something cheaper, and we wasted time. Time is money. And the solutions that we found, they cost more. So I said, you know what, today we're just going to try to migrate to the regular Supabase. Once we have things up and running, then we can see if there is another option that we can use instead of having to like use the regular Supabase. But for $10 a month, we might as well try it out, see if it works, and go from there. You know, give or take. We gotta give and take. It is a give and take relationship with these tech softwares, these tech stacks, all of that good stuff. We're also going to be talking about Waymo. Waymo, they're going to start their services in Miami. How do you like them apples? Now they're extending their cities. We're going to be talking about Will.i.am, his view on AI in the music industry. I know a lot of people hate AI in the music industry, in the creative industry, all of that. But guess what? Guess what? There's nothing, absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Aww. And lastly, TikTok is here to stay. It looks like the TikTok deal has been finalized. So we're going to keep our little dancing videos on TikTok and people complaining about whatever is going on in their life on TikTok. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. But guess what? The money is going to keep running in. It's going to keep running up.
Are you ready?
But before we jump into any of that, let's do a little bit of housekeeping really quick. First and very foremost, thank you so much to everyone who has liked the video, who has subscribed to the channel for however long you have, whether you've been with me since day one, whether you're brand new, regardless. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who has hit the notification bell as well. To everyone who is part of TechCoachRalph.dev, the TechCoachRalph Patreon, shout out to you. I appreciate everything, you joining me for our vibe code and chills, you signing up for Resume Flow, everyone who is a technical explorer at TechCoachRalph.dev, they get starter access on Resume Flow, get your resume analyzed, get some feedback, and we're continuing to make enhancements day in and day out. So if you are a TechCoachRalph member, TechCoachRalph.dev, you have access to Resume Flow. Shout out to you, and shout out, and I'm gonna see if I can do something for the YouTube members as well. If you're a YouTube member, I'm gonna see if I can integrate some YouTube OAuth and stuff like that. So if you are a channel member, you can get some type of access as well. I'm just trying to add more value, more benefits to every last one of you. I know they have a Discord feature for YouTube members, so I'm gonna see if I can do something for the like different applications that I build to see if my YouTube channel members can also get access. I'm not sure yet. We shall see. We shall find out. But that is the goal. All right. So shout out to every last one of you. Just want to let you guys know that I truly appreciate you. We are the subscribers, the TechCoachRalph.dev members, the Patreon members, and my YouTube channel members, my tech mercenaries. Every single last one of us are the best. And we have no other choice but to continue to going out there and getting it. All right. Quick announcements. Tomorrow, Candid Conversation, noon Eastern time, I'm going to be sharing with you why, in my viewpoint, experience outweighs by 1,000 trillion% certifications. I know we have I think it's because of the whole mindset of, oh, I'm like the first person to go to college and I have a college degree, a college diploma, yada, yada, yada. And so then they have us chasing degrees, chasing certifications. But in my opinion, I would rather have the experience over that certification, because so many people can pass a test, but they don't know what to do with the information. They can answer questions, but they can't apply it. So we're going to be talking about why I believe that you must focus on experience, because with experience, you just have to study a little bit. Without experience, you have to study a lot and hopefully pass. With experience, you study a little bit and then because you already know how to do the stuff. So we're going to be talking about why I believe that you should focus on experience over getting some random certifications. We're going to be going live on Tuesday. We're going to be finalizing the time cost calculator that is live in Google Play Store. We need to, there were some issues on Apple last Tuesday. We should be good to go deploy on the Apple App Store this coming Tuesday. And then we're going to go continue working on the Tech Barbarians Coaching Portal mobile app, which I am remarkably surprised by how that went, which leads us into Wednesday's video. I'm going to make a video recapping how I was able to get the mobile app for the Tech Barbarians Coaching Portal up and running in less than 40 minutes. How I did it, how you can do it for your web app to get a mobile app started like that. That's gonna be Wednesday. Thursday night, we're going to be uploading the Stream Deck plugin to Elgato Store. I should have it inside of the Patreon by then as well for anyone who wants the countdown plugin that we use here on this channel. We're gonna finish up on Thursday, and then Friday we're gonna have the bug bite. It's gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be a rough one on Friday.
Bruh.
We're going to be talking about a 60-year-old woman in California who was hoodwinked. Yes, hoodwinked. Who was bamboozled. Who lost her life savings of $176,000 by a fake Facebook crypto scam. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. We're going to be reviewing that on Friday, all right? But that's what we have coming up for this week in the Patreon. We had a vibe code and chill last night or yesterday afternoon. It was amazing. I'm going to be posting the Scrum Night from last week tonight. After this show, I'm going to post the Scrum Night so you can catch up on that. And next week, I'll be posting the vibe code and chill from yesterday. And I have some other content that's going to be coming out in between. Don't forget, I'm going to have the Stream Deck. So many things are happening in the Patreon. Also, if you are a Patreon member at techcoachralph.dev, you also get access to resumeflow.app. And you will be getting access to the Tech Barbarian Coaching Portal once we go live with that. So many things, so many things, so many things. How could you not? For the price of the Technical Explorers, you're going to be getting at least 30 to 40, 50 bucks worth of value. And as I add new things, I have another app that I showed yesterday on Vibe Code and Chill that I'm tinkering with, that I'm going to be putting in the app stores very, very soon. So many things happening, and everything that I do, it belongs to my Tech Coach Ralph members. So if you have the Patreon, you get access to anything that I build, it's yours. All right. That is at techcoachralph.dev. Do not hesitate. Go and sign up today. The link is pinned to the top of the chat of wherever you are watching. All right. All right. So we're going to start off with a little, I didn't have icebreaker until the last minute. We're going to start with a little icebreaker, a little bit of an icebreaker. So let's jump into this real quick. Don't cry. Do not cry. All right. I know they say, oh, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. Don't cry. You got to be ready for anything, anytime, anywhere. What do I mean by that? We need to stop putting the hat on. See, this hat says purpose. 99% of people's hats say victim. I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. If you are a victim, you will never be a victor. You will never move with purpose because you're always looking to be offended. Who hurt you? What can you do about it? How can you position yourself? I say, don't even worry about that. Don't cry. Be ready for anything at any time, at any place. Here's my example, right? Like you guys know, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There goes my purple belt over here that's hanging up over there. I gotta find my blue and my white, hang those up as well. Neither here nor there. But in Jiu-Jitsu, we fight. At the end of the day, we fight. We have rules and parameters that we try to fight within, but things happen. People get hurt. people get hit in the face, hit in the arm, hit in the stomach, hit in the leg. You are trying to impose harm on your training partner, but reasonable harm. So for example, there is a move called knee on belly, where you will take your knee and you will drive it into the sternum of your training partner. And that's acceptable. It is their job to escape that. However, what you cannot do, you cannot take your fist and punch someone in the face. That is a no-no. But there are times where, because you're trying to grab the other person's uniform, their gi is what we call it, and hand slip here, hand slip there. Someone might get hit in the face. Someone might get hit in the mouth. Things happen. And the thing is, 99.9% of the times, it is a mistake. It is not malicious. However, when these things happen, you have two reactions that you can have, or that you get. People either get upset and they're like, "You hit me." They say it just like that too. "You hit me." Or you can get the response of, "Don't worry about it. Let's keep going." Right? The "you hit me" is a cry. Like, how could you do that? That's not fair. The "let's keep going" is I'm ready for anything, anytime, any place, anywhere, whatever. I know it's a mistake. You didn't mean it. It's all good. Sometimes you might get kicked in the head. And sometimes you get like, "Dude, that's not fair. That's not right." Or you're like, "It is what it is. It is what it is." And sometimes, let's say it's that 0.1% of the time when someone is actually being malicious. What do? Now do you say, "What are you doing?" Or you're like, okay, you're like Ben Stiller in a dodgeball. You're like, "Nobody makes me bleed my own blood." How do you react? What is your posture? Because now, if they're doing something malicious, then okay, if that's the game we want to play, let's get it. All right? Let's get it. And if you are really as good as you believe that you are, then you should be able to tame and control the malicious person within the rules and the parameters of the game. Like, I've been kicked, I've been scratched, I've had a bloody lip, you name it, it's happened, right? And I'm like, I have no emotion. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry about it. And I know that, and you can tell when someone is being malicious and when someone is not. And like I said, 99.9% of the time, it is not out of maliciousness. It is a mistake. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. And I keep going. Like right now, this side of my lip over here, right? It's a little cut. I was like, we were training and someone's knee like hit my mouth right here, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I'm like, it's nothing. It's nothing. Like, it's a part of the game. It's a part of life. You will feel pain in life. And how are you going to respond to that pain? Are you going to cry about it? Or are you going to become ice cold, an ice cold assassin? Not a malicious assassin, but you're focused. You're like, this is a learning experience for me. To me, everything is a learning experience. Because if you are being malicious, I'm like, oh, okay, I learned about how you move, and this is like anywhere, anytime, right? Not just jujitsu, but I see how you move. If it's a mistake, then it's cool. Don't worry about it. If the person says keep going, then let's keep going. And when it's done, it's done. So we need to like, if another person apologizes, cool, whatever. But for yourself, don't cry. Be prepared. Be prepared for the punches that you're going to take, for the kicks that you're going to take, for all the for the layoffs that you're going to face, for the rudeness that you're going to face, for the disrespect you might face, and be ready to handle it. So many people, they crash out because they are so emotional. They never put themselves to put their emotions in check. So now when they're like that appalled, that shocked, because how could somebody do this to me? How could somebody say this to me? They have that sense. So now they must react, as opposed to, I gotta be ready. I gotta be prepared. And whatever happens, you already thought it through. So for me, like I said, when I'm training jiu-jitsu, I get kicked, I get scratched, I get punched. If I'm not knocked out, then I'm good. I'm like, all right, cool, don't worry about it. I'm good. All right. Sometimes now there's a difference between being injured and being hurt. If you're hurt, get over it. You got a boo-boo, get over it. Now, if you're injured, like something happened to your knee, then you sit out. But you don't cry about, like, how could you do this to me? Most of the time it's a mistake. And if it's not, handle it appropriately. Sometimes people try some type of shifty, dirty move. And I'm like, oh, okay. Is that how we want to do it? Cool. Now I'm going to turn the aggression up a little bit, but it's all going to be within, and I'm going to make you feel miserable because I am going to stay within the rules of the game, but I am going to be on the attack. I am going to be on the prowl, and I'm going to make you wish that you never even dreamed about acting shady on the mat and in life. But that's how we move. Don't cry about it. Just be ready. Be ready for whatever comes your way. Be ready, be ready, be ready. All right. So my question to you is,
Are you ready?
Are you ready? I'm ready. I am always ready. Nothing surprises me. I'll see people do things. I'm like, okay, because you have to know the nature of people. You have to know the nature of people. And that is all that I have to say about that. All right. Let's go back to, let me check the chat real quick, and then we're going to start to work. We got the one, the only NC Worker in the building. What's up, NC Worker? How are you doing today? Hopefully everything is going phenomenal. All right, we are going to start our first working segment for today. So, like I was talking about, right? Let me go and let's go to here. So let's go ahead and start our first 20.
It's time to do.
So I decided that we're just gonna go with supabase.com for now, at least, because it's great that we got it to work on DigitalOcean, but DigitalOcean was too expensive, because it would have been like $20 a month to host Supabase, where I can just get it. I just get a small tier on Supabase for $10 a month. I'm like, and then looking for other solutions, and it was just going to be too much of a mess. And time is money. How fast can we get to market? So right now, we need to get Supabase online. The fastest thing is going to be to use the Supabase hosting, so that we can do that. So what I'm going to do, we're going to jump over to. We're going to go to, let me go to here. And we're going to switch over to, and I'm going to go and say a new project. And we are going to call this project. We're going to call this project. What did I call? Let me see if I had a name. Shoot. Let me open up Docker as well. You see, like, and on Supabase, we can get away with the 1 gig RAM and 2 core ARM CPU, which is going to be the $10 a month. On Supabase, we had to do like a 4 gig RAM. On DigitalOcean, we had to do 4 gig RAM and 2 core or something like that. Which, because it's self-hosting Supabase, we have to do all of that. But on Supabase itself, for a micro, we're able to do this. So then if we have to eventually like get more space or something, I have to figure something out at that point. But for now, we can, it says, need a free project. You can have up to 2 free projects across all organizations. Create a free organization to use them. Create a free organization. I think I already have free organizations. See, I have free organizations already. I don't know. Let's just go with this one. Let me see. Create a free organization. It's probably going to tell me that I can't. I'm just going to go here. Let's just do a new. Let's do a paid one for now. I can always tear it down if I need to. But I have. All right. So let's call this Speak Precisely. Call it that. Speak Precisely app, database password. This is the password for your Postgres. Must be strong and hard to guess. Let's do generate. Say copy. I'm gonna put that in some file over here. Let's say all right. Okay. We have that region Americas. Okay. Select the region closest to your users for best performance. I guess I'll go with that, I guess. And we're gonna say create new project. Launching a new project on the microcompute increases your monthly cost by $10 independent of how actively you use it. By clicking I understand, you agree to the additional cost. I understand. Let me see what projects I have anyways. I have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Yeah, I need all of them too. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's gonna be 55 plus 25, which is gonna be like $70 a month. Project URL, publishable key. This key is safe to use in a browser if you have enabled row level security. All right. All right. So we have, so it's setting up our project, and I'm going to go to Gemini, and let me take up this last prompt that we used over here. So, let's say, I'm gonna start a new prompt. Let's go with, I decided to use Supabase.com to host the speech coaching app because self-hosting it, Ocean was going to cost too much for the size of the document that was needed. What do we need to do to migrate our locally hosted, to our local Docker hosted Supabase to the online Supabase? I guess that's what I want, right? To the online Supabase. Let's start off with that prompt. So this is done. We probably need to do a export from our local and do an import into here. So migrating from a self-hosted Docker Supabase instance to a managed Supabase involves 3 distinct parts: database, schema, and data, auth, users and passwords, and storage. Because Supabase is just Postgres under the hood, the database part is straightforward. However, auth and storage require specific scripts because they involve internal Supabase schemas and physical files. Here's the step-by-step migration guide. Create your project on Supabase. We did that. Get credentials for the project settings database and note your connection string. Looks like this. Install Supabase CLI to ensure the Supabase CLI is all right. We have that. Access local DB. Ensure your local Docker database is accessible. Usually the local Supabase stack, Postgres, something like that. Migrate the data. Migrate the data. So let me see if my local host, oops. No. Now the other question is, I guess that's fine. Web to host it. All right, let's see. What is let me see, Super. What was that local host? Maybe there's a port over here. 5.4. Let me capture that one. All right, so I'm going to stop Supabase and start it back up. If we go here, let me see. npx Supabase. Stop. npx Supabase. Start. Let me see here. Needs to install. All right, let's do that. So it's going to get a newer version of Supabase. Let's see. Then, once that's done, then we're going to replace port 54322 if your Docker config uses a different one. Okay. So dump the localhost, get all of this to local backup SQL, restore to supabase.com, push the data to your new cloud project, and we will say PSQL and then the Postgres URL with the password, your project reference. Okay. Does it really matter? I'm wondering if it matters to migrate the users or if I can just create a new user at that point. Was there anything else that we needed after that? I don't really care about the users, honestly. Don't care about the passwords. Migrate the storage. I don't really need any images. I don't think there's any images in there. I think we should just be good migrating the database, to be honest. Looking at all these steps, run the script, update application config. Finally, point your okay. So, okay, I think I got it. All right, cool. Fail to start Docker. Bind for port is already allocated. What? Let's go over to Docker PS. Docker compose down, or let me do this first. npx Supabase stop. Docker PS. Docker, oops, let me go into the Docker folder. CD mold, CD studio. Then inside of studio, we're gonna go to Speak Precisely AI, ls, cd docker, ls, docker, compose, down. Why are all these still up? Do I have another Docker compose? ls. Wait, no, there's nothing in there. Docker compose down. So it's not that Docker that's running apparently. Let me see. CD. CD Docker ls. It's not this one apparently. CD dev ls ls. I thought there was something that should have been in the Supabase folder. CD Supabase ls. No, it's not there either. CD speak. Where is that Docker file? Okay, well, let me try this instead then. Docker PS. Docker restart. Docker PS. Why aren't you starting? Public ECR. Okay, all right. Can't get to the npx Supabase start. Did it start? Okay, it looks like it started. And if we go to Studio, okay, there we go. We're good. All right, now that we have the Studio up, I'm gonna leave this up. So we're gonna try to run this script. Let me think, because I honestly just want the schema and not necessarily the existing test, I would say, like what we're building locally. So I just actually want the framework. Would you like me to generate a specific PG dump command for the auth table if you decide to go with option B, keeping passwords? I don't want to migrate any users or files, as what we currently have locally is testing data. I actually just want to migrate the schema/framework of the entire Supabase so that we can connect the local app, so that we can one, deploy the dashboard, two, connect the local app to the supabase.com project. So that's what I want to do. So maybe I can get an easier script to do that. And that way we won't have to worry about like migrating a bunch of users and stuff like that. Let's see here. And there we have it. So we have our documentation on what we need to do. So when we get back, we will just need to do a dump of the schema only, and then we can import it into our Supabase online, and we can get this project rolling. All right. All right. We'll take a look at that afterwards. But we are at our very, very first break for tonight, for this afternoon. We are going to be talking about Waymo meets Miami. Let's go ahead and jump into this topic for this beautiful Sunday afternoon. What to expect with Waymo cars coming to Miami. And it looks like they've already been here for quite a bit, but there weren't like any people actually riding them. So we're going to actually find out. Let me see over here. Actually find out what is going on with that. So let's go over and jump over here. And we are going to watch this video about Waymo hitting Miami and give our commentary.
The driverless cars, I'm sure many of you have seen out there on the roads in Miami, they're now taking passengers as of today. So Waymo announcing people who signed up for the app should soon see messages saying they can call for a ride in parts of the county. Our Abby Dodge was one of the first passengers in Miami. She shows us how these cars are working.
Starting today, Waymo is adding Miami-based users to their app from the waitlist that is 10,000 people strong. And we got a first look at the driverless rides. Let's go.
Mark Lewis from Waymo joined me for my first.
So as an Uber driver, as a Lyft driver, as a whatever rideshare driver that you are, how do you feel about Google's Waymo cars expanding across the country. So before they were in Arizona, I believe, in California, I think it was San Francisco. Now they are in Miami. The other day, and that video had a lot of views, but I posted a video about Uber and Lyft drivers. They were protesting Waymo cars over safety concerns. But in all honesty, they were just protesting because they did not want to see Waymo take their jobs. And you know what Waymo said? Waymo said, "We see your little protest and
Another one.
another city in the books."
ride in a driverless vehicle. And of course, we had a backup, which gave us a look at how Waymo navigates Miami's unique roads.
And you can see in the screens here how it is noticing flashing lights from these vehicles, perhaps indicating that there may be emergency vehicles and some protocols around that.
Waymo's director of commercialization programs, Franklin Trujillo, says they've been training in South Florida for a year and made a point to take out vehicles in all kinds of weather.
All of these novelties are important to build a system that's capable of driving in any sort of condition across a number of cities.
For now, Waymo is focused on rides in areas like downtown, the Design District, and South Miami. Drivers and pedestrians have noticed a learning curve for the autonomous vehicles, causing questions about safety.
It doesn't know. Look at all these Waymos. They're all stopped right here because the light, I guess, is broken.
And obviously, we don't want these types of events to happen, but safety is our highest priority. We take them very seriously. The best part about it is that it's a software. It's a model that we're constantly evolving, and we can improve it. We can deploy it to the fleet, and we fix things. And so this continuous learning is really, really crucial to the advancement and deployment of the Waymo driver.
While we were in the car, Waymo.
And that's the thing too, right? People in general, they do not understand software development, software like deployments and stuff like that. But honestly, building software and deploying software is no different than anyone starting up their own small business. Yeah, here is the scenario. Let's say you wanted to open up a cookie shop, right? And you open up this cookie shop and you have a very, very small location. It's painted, but it's not the best ever. Now, a new customer comes in and they buy your cookies. They love your cookies, but they leave you a review saying, it was a little crowded in there, so it's a really, really small spot, and they give you like a 3. They say the cookies, if the space was a little bit bigger, it would give them a 5. However, they don't know the cost it is to open up this location, this cookie shop, all the inspections that are needed, how you have to keep in line with this, the suppliers, the vendors, like all the money that you have to spend just to get it up and running. They are only thinking about their own convenience. So, and that's the thing, like when you're deploying software, you can't, it is impossible to deploy a finished product on day one. Number one, it costs too much money. Number two, you don't know what people are going to want and not want and stuff like that. So it's a learning process. So when Waymo, they're like, all right, this is the situation that we're at. Like, oh, we're learning a new city. They might be experts in San Francisco. They might be experts in Arizona and wherever else that they ride. But Miami's a new market. Number two, if the lights go out, like the traffic lights, what do you want them to do? Because how many times where traffic lights go off, it should be treated as a four-way intersection, but cars, they just zoom through it. And now guess what? Anybody's fault that it is, the robot is gonna get the blame. If someone was high and drunk and they zoom through the traffic light and they hit a Waymo, or a Waymo hits them, it's gonna be the robot's fault, always. That's how it goes. I think it would be better for not to have the lights go off. Now, here's another thing I would say. If you can get the cars to pull over off of the road or to be remotely controlled to do something, that'll be helpful. But what do you want the cars to do? When is the higher percentage that the lights are going to be out, or the lights are going to be on and Waymo's not going to have these issues. So that's how I see it. I'm looking at the percentages, right? People are going to complain about it because they don't like change, and they want to, like, oh, but the taxi drivers complain about the Uber drivers are complaining about the Waymos. Waymo's going to be complaining about teleporting when we have that ready. Which, why don't we have that ready yet, by the way? Anyways, I digress. So it's just how people are.
Was weighing the options of making a left turn at a busy intersection.
So we're going to see what we're doing, but we're probably not going to do what this car on the left is doing with going the wrong way and making a U-turn.
Oh yeah, they're up on the sidewalk over there. So that's not something a Waymo would do.
That is not something a Waymo would do. We're always going to follow the law.
Ultimately, Waymo decided on a different path for time and safety, assessed in real time by more than 24 cameras and sensors throughout the vehicle.
We have a
And I do it too. And there's like a busy intersection and stuff like that. All I know, here's the deal. Here's the deal. If the Waymo is they should have launched Waymo in Miami first, because if the Waymo can navigate Miami traffic, Hialeah traffic, definitely Hialeah traffic, it can drive anywhere in the world. It is the wild. If it can handle the 826, you're good. That is all the training data that you need. You just saw somebody pull up on the sidewalk, and then we're going to talk about the Waymo didn't know what to do when the lights went out. These people, they pull up on the sidewalk. They will pull up on the sidewalk. I'm telling you. So, and what the Waymo did, it decided to take an alternative route. I'm going to go here instead of doing this crazy left turn on a busy intersection. I don't know if it turned right, because I would do that. I would turn right. I don't like making left turns. I'm just going to tell you that now, right? So maybe it turned right, then it made a U-turn and found a light to make a turn at. But that sounds like the smart thing to do instead of trying to force its way into a left turn on a busy Miami intersection.
Break, and we're going across.
So instead of making that left-handed turn like Waymo wanted to, it said, I'm going to go straight.
It said I'm going to go straight. It's probably going to be faster.
Getting us to our destination and Waymo on to the next ride.
Waymo says it's going to be adding even more cars and a larger coverage area as the year goes on. From Miami, Abby Dodge, CBS News, Miami.
I am with it. I am always in favor of expansion in technology. Sometimes people are going to get hurt in the expansion of technology. And by hurt, I don't mean like physically. I mean, Waymo did hit somebody that another car pushed into the middle of in front of it. Whole other story. But sometimes jobs are going to be lost, but jobs are also going to be created. You know what? Let me see something. Let's go over to how does Waymo, before that, what are the job roles at Waymo? Waymo focuses on developing, testing, and deploying autonomous driving technology with significant opportunities in software, machine learning, hardware, vehicle maintenance, AI research, and fleet operations. Key roles include machine learning, software engineer, simulation perception, fleet and hardware, and fleet technicians. This one right here, big one. Safety engineers. Engineering and AI, software engineer, machine learning, hardware engineer, system safety engineer. Operations and fleet technicians and operators responsible for vehicle maintenance, testing, and operation. Operation managers focus on supply chain, mapping, vehicle deployment. Those are jobs right there. They're not the same. I see, like, these are really computer science driven, machine learning driven jobs, right? These right here, those jobs right there seem to be more in line with jobs that might be getting replaced. If I can't drive for them, if I can't drive the car, what else can I do? Oh, well, maybe I can learn about how can I be a technician or an operator? You know, how can I make sure that the cars are serviced and stuff like that? Cars are always going to need mechanics and technicians. They can't fix themselves. Oh, like, stop, don't cry, be ready. anytime, any place, anywhere, like we said earlier. They also have product managers guiding the development of autonomous vehicle technology, strategic partners, development managers, airports, and marketing and legal, social media lead, and policy and safety roles. Let me see, careers with Waymo. Let me see. I accept. Let's see. Can I just see everything? See open roles. An intern for a PhD machine learning engineer, simulation intern for bachelor's, master's digital product design, perception to 2026 master's intern, PhD do machine learning or whatever DUE is, planner reasoning for machine learning or master's PhD. They have a lot of interns. Android engineer for booking, analysis software engineer. Let's see, backend software engineer, business continuity planning engineer, business intelligence analyst. I'm gonna send this to my friend. Where is this? Warsaw? Business intelligence analyst, business systems analyst. They have a lot of roles that are open actually. Does it say the total? Let's see what they have in operations, claims advocate, customer experience strategy escalations. Is that one for technicians? Let me see. Is there a technician one? Software engineering, AI foundations. There's nothing in AI foundations. Oh wait, no, there is something in there. 9 in there. I mean, it looks like you just have to be ready to pivot to whatever you need, right? Business analyst, ServiceNow architect, claims advocate, demand operations program manager. The jobs are changing, but there are still jobs. I don't even see how many in total that they have listed over here. But they have so many pages of jobs. So be ready. Be ready for whatever. Be ready for whatever. All right. So let me see. Let's go over here. And we are going to get to our next working segment for today. All right. Let's go over to here. And we're going to go to...
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. We are going to take a look at Gemini. And Gemini says, the quick and dirty one-time schema copy. If you built your local database, clicking around in the studio UI, just want to clone it. Dump only the schema run. This is in your terminal, the -S or okay for schema only. Push schema to Supabase, get your connection string from Supabase dashboard. Option 2, the professional way using Supabase CLI. Since you're a developer and working on the coaching portals with potential collaborators, this is a better long-term move. It allows you to sync changes from local to cloud repeatedly. Link your local setup to remote in your project root where your Supabase folder is. Supabase login link, and then project ref with your project ID. You can find your project ID here. Generate a migration. This will look at your local Docker database, compare it to the empty cloud database, and create an SQL file for the difference. Interesting. I think I'm gonna go with that one actually. Push to cloud. Connect your app. Connect your app. Restart your local dev server. So that further changes to the schema deploy. That is pretty cool. We can do that later on, but for now, let's see how we can connect the two. So the project is going to be, where did I see that? This is the project ID. And we need to say, Supabase login. What? All right, hold on. We're gonna do. Let me install the actual Supabase. I think they said we need to do. Let's say we do brew install Supabase. Let's install Supabase so that way we don't have to keep using npx. All right, now we are going to say Supabase login. Enter. And now I need to put a verification code, 864817BC. I could have just copied it actually. I have in the browser, it opens up in the browser. All right, now we're connected. And then they say to do so inside it says link your, I'm looking at over here. It says since you're a developer, let's do that. Link your local setup to remote in your project root where your Supabase folder is. Where is my Supabase folder? Do I have it anywhere else? Let me see. Alice. You know what? Let me open up Android Studio. Go over here. Now I can tell exactly where my Supabase folder is. Let's go to speak precisely. And we say, we get here and we are going to say, where is Supabase? So Supabase is in here. So I'm going to do copy path from, let's just go here. CD. So that's where we were. Okay, CD dot dot. All right, so now they say from the so in your project root where your Supabase folder is, okay, so we have to go back one level. Now we're gonna say, so we did Supabase login. Do it one more time, just to be safe. Press enter. Copy it again. Okay, we got that. And then we are going to do project reference. And we are going to say Supabase link -- project - ref with the project ID. And we are, so Supabase, finish Supabase link. All right, so we're linked up right now. And now we're going to say Supabase db diff use migra -f init schema. So this is going to generate a migration. This will look at your local Docker database and compare it to the empty cloud database and create a SQL file for the difference. All right, let's see what happens. All right, wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Pulling Supabase Postgres. This is strange. Let's see if this actually works, because I didn't expect this to happen. It's like it's downloading something of Supabase again, but I thought we already had it. All right, let's run the project list. And it's going to be this one right here. It's probably going to figure that out, that it's going to be this one right here. Read the app configuration to understand the current Supabase setup. Link the local remote to, did it figure it out? I think it did. Yep, it figured it out that that's the one that it's supposed to be for. So that's awesome. Link local Supabase project to remote project. when we did that, it gave us an error. So let's see if this is going to have better luck with it. Finish linking. Okay. Push local database migrations to remote Supabase. Let's see how that goes, because that's where we got stuck. Let's try that. That is getting the same error that we got, which is good. Let's try that again. It's getting an error when he's trying to push it. So we're not the crazy one. There was something actually wrong with it. Let's see. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's still crashing out. Not sure why. DB push. Already exists. While that's happening, I'm gonna go and take a look at over here and table editor. So it has the recordings, the users, and the crutch words. It didn't import the users because we don't want that anyways. Let's see. Supabase repair. It's really struggling to do that migration. I'm going to ask Gemini why I keep getting this error. I keep getting this error when trying to let's see why we're getting that error. I am going to grab something while that is running. I'll be right back. Let's see. This error is happening because you have two migration files that start with the same exact version number. Oh, in Supabase, the numbers at the start of the file act as unique IDs. When DB push runs, it tries to log that ID in the database. It successfully ran this one and logged Okay. Rename your local files, make the IDs unique. Then rename your migration files. This should happen with all 4 migration files without conflict. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to maybe try one more of these things. Let me see. Oh, because it's the same day it did that. All right. Let me see. I don't know if it's actually going through. Let me see. Refresh. All right. I don't think it's actually going through. I think we need to. Because I don't see anything. Because it should look like all of this, right? And it's not doing that. I am going to say this. I'm going to copy. Let's see. So I'm going to reject, cancel. It seems like we are getting the error. So I'm over here, the error, because of the info below. Can we make a plan to, or can we make the necessary adjustments so that the DB push can actually work? Let's go with that. All right, so
Lunch break.
Let's run this real quick to make those adjustments to see if it's going to go through. Then we'll go to break. Let's run that. Do you want to reset the remote database? Okay. Yes, reset the remote database. And run. Okay. The Supabase function. All right, so before we even do that, let's go ahead and check over here real quick. Still has those in there. Let's run it. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to break. We're gonna let it work, and we'll see what happens after that. So hopefully we can get it to Supabase today. Maybe hopefully shortly after we make these. Hopefully shortly thereafter, and then we can actually get to seeing how we're gonna get the dashboard online. Maybe I can use DreamHost for the dashboard. Don't know yet. We shall find out. We shall find out. But for now, we are going to get into our next break of today, which we're going to be talking about Will.i.am. Will.i.am. People really enjoyed the Will.i.am video. Talking about the work-life balance. After you're done with your 9 to 5, you got to hit that 5 to 9. Hit that 5 to 9 if you want to win, if you want to be successful. So we're going to be jumping into what Will.i.am's thoughts are on AI in the music industry. So it looks like, was Will.i.am at Davos? Let's jump into it to see what he had to say. Will.i.am, he made, how many musicians were at Davos? See, if you're going to stick to, I just want to be a musician forever, just want to be an artist forever, how far are you going to get? But Will.i.am landed on CNBC's Squawk Box. Let's find out.
Joining us right now is creator, musician, and now a professor at Arizona State. Will.i.am is here. It is great to have you on the broadcast.
It's always good to be here.
And you've been sort of on the edge of the envelope when it comes to technology, but AI is really here, and it's affecting music in all sorts of interesting ways, from the bad stuff like AI slop, but then there's also all sorts of new artists that are emerging and older artists who are using AI on top of it. And I'm so curious where you really think this all heads and how happy or unhappy you are about it.
It's a mixed bag, right? I love technology. AI slop. This is the worst it's ever going to be.
Right now?
Well, it's technology, so technology will continue to get better and better. And it's math. So
right.
We're going to move from prompting to promptless systems. And so it's...
Is it bad for a music artist to have to explain technology to whatever these people consider themselves to be on Squawk Box? He said right now, yesterday, the day before yesterday, that is as bad as AI slop is ever going to be. So today, AI slop is better than it was yesterday. Yesterday was better than the day it was before. That was before that. The way that, like, if you look at how Lovable, for instance, how their platform is building applications compared to how it was 6 months ago, it is night and day. It is, and it's doing an amazing job. So when he says it's the worst it's ever going to be right now, yeah, right now, because it's going to get better. In technology, we build it and then we make it better. We build it, we make it better. We build it, we make it better. We don't build it to make it worse. Come on.
Pac-Man right now.
But and do you think if any of that music is real? I mean, did you say that that you're going to give credit to an artist for creating music
okay,
this way? Do you know what I mean?
Like, imagine it's 1970, and we're talking about jazz here.
Right.
A jazz musician would say, "Hey man, what do you think about these samplers that are coming, man? People just sampling our stuff that we did back in the past, man. You think that's music, man? Just sampling stuff, man?" Turns out that that's the form of hip hop, sampling.
Right.
And using technology to reimagine and chop up and reconfigure, doing poetry, tapestry.
Will.i.am, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You need to stop. You need to stop, because the music purists are going to come after you. Says they're gonna say this.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you give any credence, any credit to AI in the music industry? No. It's ours. But like you just said, this genre of music grew from sampling other types of music. But it's humans. Well, there's a human behind the keyboard who is prompting the idea of the song, how they want it to sound, all of that. And if you guys can sample songs from the 70s, why can't we sample songs from the 2000s?
Collage music. Like, so I can't be that critical over AI because I have a career sampling music. So, and the songs, people like the songs. Like Pump It is Misery Lou by Dick Dale. And I reimagined that, and
But you
wrote a song over that.
are a human who took creativity and added to it.
Yeah,
If it's a
and-
machine that's doing it, are they just stealing it, lifting it?
Well, that's all. You got to be careful with that too, because there's a lot of Shakespearean plays that have been reimagined, and somebody used that as reference points to create films. Whether it's you know, the hero of a thousand faces, we've taken and borrowed and created. But at the core of AI music is some developer, and that's their art. So you can't discredit their art for creating that algorithm to create. Right. Yes, they did borrow from music. They did train on you know, the entire library that humans have made, and that people should be paid for, you know, when you train on that. And then we're going to get to a point 20 years from now where it would have evolved, and it's not about training on yesterday's music. And we have to prepare ourselves for that too, because the AI that we're concerned about is not here yet.
Right.
And that is the AI that's creating just on its own.
How hard do you think it is to create today the next superstar? Meaning, in such a fragmented world where you go to like Pop Rising on Spot.
I'm gonna tell you right now, though. I'm gonna tell you right now. Creating the next superstar has absolutely nothing to do with the song or how it sounds, because people are programmed to like what they tell you to like. If you go to your favorite Ratchet channel or Ratchet website and they are pumping out this particular artist who is paying to get pumped out by their label, by themselves, by whoever, and they tell you this is what you're supposed to like, this sounds good, then you're gonna rock with it. You are gonna rock with it. No, like this is how people have been programmed to be. They tell you what to like, and then you say, yes, I like it. And that's for everything. That is for everything. There are some things that'll come out and I'm like, this is stupid. But because your controller said, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to like. Okay. There are some spots like, oh, if you like this, if as this type of person you like that, then there's something wrong with you. Your quote unquote leaders are telling you what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So to me, I don't think it has anything to do with finding the next star, because they tell you who is going to be a star and they tell you who is not. Or they don't even mention the people who's not.
Those songs are like, you know, off of TikTok, basically, from some you know, smaller influencers that are now in the music business that might have never even been in the music business in the past. And so you have so many people. Can you create a summer hit anymore?
No, because just a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, we were communal. Everybody listened to MTV or the same radio station. Everything is now fragmented. And you're lucky if in this fragmented world, everyone is like magnetically drawn to something that's trending, but that trend's short-lived. It isn't like the full summer or the whole year like it used to be. There's an onslaught of like attention bombardment, where what used to be sustained over, like I said, a summer or a full year.
So do you think you could start a career right now and be who you are?
Well, yes, you could start a career. Is it gonna, like my career wasn't the same as Lionel Richie's career. Lionel Richie was at the height of selling vinyl. My career was at the height of selling CDs. You know, today's artists are at the height of TikTok,
right?
You know, relevance.
But when we talk about, you know, like a Beyonce or a Taylor Swift, do you almost think that it's like a different generation?
That's a record, we're selling records generation. Taylor Swift sold MP3s. Now, we are now in a world where DSPs have devalued the worth of music. Like, music is not worth the way it was when Lionel Richie got rich.
Right.
You know, when Sammy Davis Jr. was,
But
you know,
does that
Candyman.
Does that mean it's all live now? I mean, that's the other piece.
We're going to get to a point where live is the place to be. You can't trust the screen in a couple of years. It's going to be indistinguishable between human music and AI music, or organic oranges or oranges, whatever oranges are, if that's organic orange.
Right.
We're going to have to be able to say this is human music, this is AI music. You have to be able to.
But you remember there was a whole lip sync. You know, I remember Milli Vanilli, and back in.
What does it like? Will it even matter though? Like, if it sounds good, does it even matter who it comes from? Will it even matter who it comes from if it sounds good? Now, you might not be able to get a live performance or you get a lip sync performance or whatever. But if it sounds good, does it even matter at the end of the day? Because one thing that I love with all this technology is the gatekeepers. There's no more gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are done. They're like the software engineering. It's, you know, maybe for like more advanced technology, you still need like these pretty like high-end software engineers, but it used to be impossible to get a basic application, a basic website, stuff like that. Now, with the lovable and learning how to prompt a little bit, $50 a month, and you have a bunch of applications, a bunch of ideas. You keep it rolling, right? You have we're building all these crazy apps. I've released like 3 or 4 albums now, and I like them, and they keep getting better. I don't even I barely listen to other music because I know what I want to hear. And I know the type of lyrics that I'm looking for as well. So I don't even know if it matters. Like, I just like the fact that the gatekeeper, like before, to get around, if you didn't have your own car, you had to use the yellow taxi. Now we have Uber, we have Lyft, we have Waymo, we still have taxis, and you still have your own car. You pick how you want to get around. You get to pick how you want to get around. So for me, I personally don't care. People will say, let the musicians do the music, but then you're forced to listen to all type of stuff that you might not even support or believe, but that's what they tell you to listen to. So if you can get the beats with what you want to, with what you believe in, then why do you need to rely on a certain person? Why do you need to follow a certain person? That's how I see it.
In the day, people would talk about a live thing, and then people would be lip syncing, and everyone said, "Oh, you get live. Even live is changing."
But now everybody's Milli Vanilli. So how about that? So now everybody's singing on top of some vocal. Mm-hmm. Everybody has some backing track and not really performing on the Grammys. Mm. But it's going to get to a point where you truly have to improv. You truly have to, perform. Right. Theater is going to be like, did you see that play? Did you go see that? At least that's my hopes. As much as I love technology, we're going to get to a human-made, right. That's the value. We're going to, you know what I mean?
Now that you're a professor, what are you teaching these kids? We're
teaching these kids to build their own agent, because we're now like sharing the same village agent, the same village AI.
What does that mean?
So I love OpenAI, great company, great product, ChatGPT. I love Gemini, Google's rocking it. And that's those type of services are always going to be needed. But you need your own agent. And for you to have your own agent, you need a GPU at the house. You have a house? You have a refrigerator?
Yeah.
You have a toilet?
Yep.
You have a sink?
Yep.
You have a stove? Do you have a data center at your house?
I do not.
Thank you. Right. Why don't you have a data center at your house? Because you and the concept of us having our own personal agent, that's not the product yet. So what we're teaching at ASU, at my course, Agentic Self, with our collaboration called Edufy, are students to build their own agent. Thank you, NVIDIA, thank you, Jensen, for providing GPUs for our students to marry and mint their agent that they built onto their own personal GPU. Because, for example, you have a job.
Yep.
To get a job, you need a bank account.
Uh-huh.
You have an email address.
Yep.
You have a phone number.
Yep.
You couldn't get a job without it. You can't, if you took all your money, went out and bought a house, you couldn't pay in cash. Can't do those things. In the next couple of moments, you're going to need an agent to have a job. Especially when you're seeing, I know you reported a couple of weeks ago,
yep.
how many jobs have been replaced with agents. So they're replacing humans with agents, and those agents don't even have a lived experience or certificate or diploma. So thank you, President Crow, for providing certificates for all of our students taking the Agentic Self course, so that when they graduate, they also have a certificate for their agent as well.
How many students are in this class?
So now your agent is your clone, apparently. So this is very interesting. This is I have to go and research now. I have to go and research his course and what he's teaching about getting your own personal agent and how that is a very interesting concept. So we have to get our own agents. Okay.
100 plus students starting off.
I would say that there's got to be huge lines, people trying to get into it.
Yeah, so it was 100. We capped at 100. Now we got 100 plus. Really awesome. And I'm so excited because I'm seeing like the next 15, 20 years of my life. I get the same joy writing a song to programming my course, programming like how to get the students engaged, motivated, you know?
Okay, so I got a crazy question for you. There's an IP question about who you are.
Yeah.
So there is so much, I mean, you've created all sorts of music. You've also created all sorts of other content. It is possible that AI will be able to create an AI version of you.
Yeah, I heard it. I saw it.
You've seen it. You've seen people do this. And potentially sing songs even long after you're alive.
I heard that too.
Sound like you, look like you.
Yep.
Is that a good thing for you? That you could live forever? And that you could even be teaching this, forget about even singing, you could be teaching this class even when you're not teaching this class.
The reason why it's a bad thing, or yourself.
By the way,
I've seen you like tell the news.
Yeah.
You know, sit here. There's going to be an Asian version of you.
Yeah, there may be.
Right. The way that you present and share and storytell and break information, that could be scraped. CNBC could make a doppelganger of you.
They might.
The reason why that's a bad thing now is because you don't own your agent.
Right.
I don't own. So there's not a bank to bank your data. I have a bank that banks my money. But
so what you're talking about in an agent is basically we own our own likeness, our name, image, likeness, all of it.
Yeah, so if you own it, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
If you own it, just like I have my bank account where my money's at, I have my investments, and there's companies put in place with practices and laws around it, and we're all safe.
Right. So how far do you think we are from that? Because right now, everybody's scraping everything.
Yeah, right now we're in the WWW. That ain't the World Wide Web, that's the Wild Wild West. we're in the Wild Wild West. There's no sheriff in town. And in these movies, the gunslinger comes and pew pew, and no one's accountable. Somebody got pew pew, bro. And there's no accountability to the pew pew.
Yeah.
And so the laws, the regulations, to make sure that we're safe without stifling innovation, because I'm an optimist, is right around the corner.
I always start to get nervous when people start talking about more laws and regulations and stuff like that. Laws and regulations are good if you have knowledgeable people putting those laws and regulations in place. Do you trust the 1,000-year-old people in Congress, in the Senate, in the House of Representatives who can barely ever pass a funding bill for more than a month? I'm hearing now there's going to be another government shutdown. Do you trust these people to make laws? All right. Let me know. Tell me a good law that Congress has passed in the past 20 years. Let's go with 20 years. A good law that in the past 20 years that they've passed, because every time they seem to get their hands on things, it all goes to, I don't know. All right, let me see. Let's check what's in the chat. Let me check the chat real quick. I see I have some friends in the building. We got Junior in the building. Junior's like, what's up? What's up? What's up, family? What's good, Junior? And says there's a lot of now to clean up. The AI slap says he's coming for you, coach. He doesn't like your AI music.
How dare you?
I think I can win him over. I think I can win him over. He says it matters to them because it's their crowd. Oh yeah, of course it matters to them. But guess what? To me, I don't care. If people want to come into the web engineering space or the software engineering, then we have to up our game. We need to adjust. We can set the standards. But for me to be like, oh no, you can't come in here. I'm like, no, come on in. Let's make things better. Let's work together. What if you put Drake making music with an AI? How is that going to sound? It might be phenomenal. I don't know. I don't know. We got DB Daryl in the building. Says it doesn't matter because most casual fans don't realize their favorite artists have a whole team working for them and the artist is just in the face. Exactly. That is 100% true. Let me see. It says they don't like that we have options. Like you said, coach, no more gatekeeping. I cannot stand the gatekeeping because they are literally feeding you what you're supposed to like. See, at least in basketball, right, and in sports in general, there is some sort of meritocracy. You have to be good. Let's say that. You have to be good. I'm not going to try to say the word, but you have to be good. There's that exists in sports. Now, sometimes it might boost somebody up. For example, is it the Texas quarterback? The one, Manning something? I don't know, something Manning, right? Where he had contracts, got boosted up, and then he started to play, and they said he's not that good. Maybe he'll get better, right? But on the other hand, though, when it comes to like creative arts, whether it's music, whether it's acting, whether it's acting, music, like painting and stuff like that, drawing. You've seen where someone will have, it looks like they just throw paint onto a canvas and they'll say, oh my God, that is a work of art. It's worth $1 trillion. They're like, what? I wouldn't pay, I can go to Dollar Tree and get that for like 2 for $1. Or they'll be pushing a song and it'll be the nastiest, most ratchet song ever. And they just put a beat on it and it's like, oh my God, that song is the best. They were like, this is disgusting. But they tell you what to like. They market to you what to like. They say, oh, this person, or they'll just throw a famous person on with some loser and they tell you, oh, this song is amazing. It's basically the emperor has no clothes on. They are force feeding to you what is supposed to be what's in. And we just buy it. We buy it. DB Darrow says, the jig is up. We all see behind the curtains now and have access to the same-ish tools to create whatever we want. Exactly. I'm telling you. I was showing yesterday at Vibe Code and Chill. I started creating this little mobile app on Friday and just been tinkering with it. And I have it running on my phone and it's like running pretty good. Before it would take forever, or you'd have to go and pay somebody to do it, probably charge you like $15,000, $20,000. And being that I'm using anti-gravity for this, basically free. It is crazy the level of access that we have now. You can build whatever you want, and if it's valuable enough, you can get rich off of it. No more gatekeepers. No more people saying, "Oh, I need a cut. I need to get this much." You can build your own team. You can build your own crew. Oh, you have an idea? Oh, I know Teco Trout. He knows how to do this, that, and the other. Oh, I know DB Darrow. Let's connect. Let's connect. We're gonna make our own little Avengers team here. And let's build this application. Oh, cool. We don't need to get some developer that's going to charge us $20,000 and then it's going to take us 6 months. We can put in minimal investment, and it'll take us 6 weeks, if that much. We can have a prototype in like 2. Just saying. I'm just saying. DB Arrow says, data center at the house sounds like he's telling us we need a home lab. That's exactly what it sounds like. Junior says, I don't want them cloning people. Just make your own music. Exactly. Like, I think in UDO, they're going to be having where like you can take Drake's voice or whoever's voice, Glorilla's voice, and put it on you with your lyrics. I'm like, no, I don't want that. It's weird. Let Drake say what Drake wants to say, and like, I don't want to create music in Drake's voice. I don't like Drake that much. I'm saying I don't want to put words in Drake's mouth or in Glorilla's mouth or in Megan Thee Stallion or in Nas or in T.I. Just no. Keep your own voices. Drew says, and let's be honest, we know the legislators have no knowledge about these things. Zero, zilch, nada. You guys heard Bernie Sanders the other day. We need to put a moratorium on data center development because we need rules on AI. I'm like, Bernie. Is it like, go have a snack. Go have a snack. Like, no, you don't know. You don't know. Let's see. It says snow, a lot of snow to clean. Oh, snow. A lot of snow to clean up. Yep. There goes. Thank you so much. I was struggling with that one. Meritocracy. Thank you so much. See, that's why I have my friends around. They help me out with these. We have my guy Magnetar in the building with the Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Congrats on the 3K subs. Up next, 4K. Thank you so much, Magnetar. I appreciate that. And he says, I would hear a song on the radio that I hated, but they played it so much that I started singing along. Just forced it down our throats.
Bruh.
That is true. That's how they get you. That is how they get you. Let me see. Are we good to go? All right, we're good to go. We are good to go with our last working segment for today. Let's go ahead and put up another 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
And I need the remote Supabase URL and Supabase app configuration. Can you provide them? All right, so we need to drop in the Supabase URL equals, and I'm going to get that from my Supabase project, which is going to be this right here. And we need Supabase anon key equals, where is the anon key? That is a good question. Let me see, go settings maybe. Where is that anon key? I don't know yet. Where's the add-on key? Hold on. Project overview. All right, so we're gonna say, let's go over here. Where to find Supabase add-on key. You can find the add-on key. Okay, it's the publishable key. All right, gotcha. So it's this one. It is this one. Copy that. Let's go over here, and we are going to drop that in there, and we are going to say enter. All right, I have successfully connected Supabase. Zoom in on this. No. I wish I could zoom in. Can I? Let me see. Edit. Resize font. View? No. Appearance. Zoom. All right. Says I have successfully connect the local Supabase project to the remote Supabase project and sync the database schema. Here is a summary of the actions. Link the project, link the local Supabase project to the remote one. Fixed migrations, resolve migration conflicts by renaming the file with duplicate version numbers and repairing the migration history. Reset remote database, reset the remote database to ensure a clean state for the migration. Pushed migrations, successfully pushed all local database migrations to the remote Supabase project. Deployed the edge function, deployed the speech to text functions to the remote project. Updated the app config, okay, with the remote Supabase and add-on keys. The app is now configured to use the remote Supabase project. Any future local development to the database schema can be synced with Supabase DB push. Okay. I think that's fair. All right, so what's next? We are going to, let's close everything. Close all tabs. All right. Let's go ahead and try to start the application. Let's go to, what is this Gemini in here? Where did you come from? There's a Gemini chat in here now. Huh. That's cool. I like that. Available Gemini models. Add API key? What is this? Use Gemini, context aware, apply to all projects. Use your own Gemini API key. Enable AI-based inline code completion. Huh. That is interesting. I'll look into that later. Let's go to where is, all right, let's go over. Hold on. Maybe my Zoom messed me up a little bit. Zoom, let's go to 100. Where is my, oh, no wonder. Where's, I'm in Android Studio, yes. Where is my, why don't I see my window, layouts, speak precisely. I don't see my, how'd that get over there? That's supposed to be the other side. Device manager. That wasn't there before, was it? All right, let's start this up. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to say, I don't know if I'll be able to do that because that's an NPM project. Would I be, so we're gonna do this. We're going to start the app over here. And I'm going to say, run that. And I'm gonna go over to this screen. I'm just gonna say, would I be able to host the dashboard written in Next.js, I believe, on my Dream host, on my Dream host account. Because I just need the dashboard to be linked to the Supabase, but I don't know if DreamHost is able to handle that yet. Where it's still loading. Am I gonna need a new hosting for that? Yes, but only if you use a specific build method. Because DreamHost standard hosting is ew. It doesn't natively. Are we still using PHP? It doesn't natively support the long-running Node.js server that Next.js uses by default. You have two paths. Two paths to make this work, depending on which DreamHost plan you have. The static export best for shared hosting. If you're on a standard shared starter or shared unlimited plan, you cannot run a live Next.js server. You must convert. Oh, that's ugly. All right, let's not do that. VPS Cloud. If you are on DreamHost Compute or DreamHost VPS, you can run the full Next.js application with. Okay. Let's see. I don't like that at all. Let me see. Dreamhost.com. What do they have for VPS options? Hosting. Managed VPS. Oh, however, we can host it on DigitalOcean. That is an option. All right, forget DreamHost. Let's go to DigitalOcean. Let's say actually forget DigitalOcean. Can we host it on forget DreamHost. Can we host it on DigitalOcean using an existing? Ooh, I would have to do a what do you call it? I'd have to Dockerize the, which shouldn't be too hard. I'd have to Dockerize the dashboard, which that's fine. Using existing docklet. Docklet? Because then I can use the same docklet because the other one is just running N8N, which is not using that many resources. So if we can piggyback off that existing docklet, Dockerize it, put it load it over there, that should work, hopefully. I don't know. While that's looking it up, I'm going to go here and I'm going to database, table editor. I don't see all my tables. I don't see the tables. I don't see the tables, database, crutch work. I don't see all the tables because we're supposed to have all of these tables over here, right? So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to say, let's move this, move that. I'm going to say, I don't see all of my tables in the remote Supabase. And I'm going to say, I only see the crutch words, recordings, and users. Can you check that? Debug. Send it off. And let me see, Gemini. Cool. So yeah, we can piggyback off of our existing docklet. We'll probably do that next week. Looking at the time, we will create a Docker file to create a Docker image of the. Maybe we'll just host it on AWS. We will do that to host our ECR. and we'll just have that installed onto DigitalOcean. So I have all the code over here for that. Build and transfer, build, Docker save an image. Oh, we can do it that way. I didn't know that. Oh, cool. So we can have the image straight up onto DigitalOcean. So that's even better. Cool. I like it. Cool. We should be good. All right. So let's see. Based on the migration files and the app models, the expected tables are indeed users, recordings. Subsequent migrations are to add columns to the recording tables and modify existing columns, but they do not create new tables. Therefore, let me see. Maybe it's missing some stuff because locally, I have these tables. Tables. Looking at the local install of the local Supabase, we have tables named limits, offers, plan, limits, plans, profiles, and subscriptions as well. So that. Let's see. Investigate. All right, so let's do run. And let me see. I think we need to update our Supabase URL. Let's go to okay. Let's say run. What did it say? Did it say investigate source of missing tables? All right, it's running. Okay. Right. All right. Let's run that. While that's happening, I'm going to stop the app, start it again. And I'm going to go into Supabase. Okay, create new migration for missing tables if needed. Push new migration. All right, let's do that. Finished push. Okay. I have successfully synced the missing tables. All right. Identified missing tables. I confirmed that the tables you mentioned were present in the local database of missing from your remote. Generated that. Yada, yada, yada. Pushed. Okay. All right, cool. So now if we go back over to here and we go to table editor, boom, we have everything. This table can be accessed via data API. Okay. I don't know what that means right now, but we should be good. I am going to at least create a test user authentication, and we're going to create we're going to say, let's just go with techcodraft@gmail.com, and we will do, all right, create the user. Let me see if I can log into that user. Let's see if it's going to go to And we do for now. See my password. And we log in. We're logged in. We are logged in. So let's start a new session. Using the app. We are testing a new session connected to the online version of Supabase, the remote version. We are not using the local, to see if this is actually going to work, running off local, so that we can push this app closer and closer to production. We should be good. Then the next step is going to be getting our dashboard up and running so we can have some data synced back and forth. Then we can actually start pushing this app to the web, or to the stores, all right? All right, so that's done. Let's do analyze. Missing AWS credentials. That is interesting. Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? We need to add our credentials inside of, if we go over here, we go to Edge Functions, we need to do secrets, and we do not have our secrets yet. So all right, so let's do this real quick. I am going to add the secret and add another. In all honesty, though, we probably, well, we might. Let's go like this. Let's add it real quick. And let's do an open AI key. Let's say bulk save. Now, let's go back over here. Let's see if it's able to pick it up. Analyze. Connection reset by peer. What was that? Connection reset by peer. Speak precisely. ACPS. S3. Why did that happen? Let us do. Let's stop and start it. So what we're gonna need to figure out, though, is blending like local development versus like when to use the remote versus the local. Let's say analyze. Uh-oh. We're going through. We are going through. No speech detected, though. That's interesting. Why didn't you find anything? Let's try that one more time. Discard. Testing. Are you able to capture the recording? Hopefully that you do capture, and we're able to get this uploaded to AWS S3 so that we can make sure that we're working, all right? Stop that. Analyze. Let's see. Uploaded. Okay. No speech detected. That's strange. Huh. All right, whatever. We'll figure that out. I'm not sure if the mic is actually being captured, so no biggie, no big deal whatsoever. Let's go ahead and go to full screen. We're going to get to our last break, but I'm going to check the chat real quick, and then we're going to get to our last, not break, but our last topic of today. Let me see. Magna says, there's a data center called Switch that's off the Highway 15 here in Las Vegas. How does it, like, let me see. let's take a quick look at that, because I don't know if I've ever seen a data center before. So let's say switch data center, Las Vegas, Highway 15. Switch data centers. I see images. Ooh. Switch core campus. That looks beautiful though. Las Vegas data center. TSC. Taiwan Semiconductor. Is that it, Magnetar? That looks beautiful. Oh, wow. Huh. That is interesting. That is interesting. I didn't know data centers look like that. All right, let's jump into our last break time topic of today, which is TikTok. Yes, TikTok. They finalized the deal to stay in the United States of the Americas. The dancing videos will live on forever. Forever? 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 Yes, they will. Let's jump into it.
Well, it's finally happened. TikTok has struck a deal to create a new American entity, which will allow them to avoid the looming threat of a ban in the United States. The company signing agreements with major investors, including Oracle, Silver Lake, and the Emirati investment firm MGX, to form the new TikTok U.S. joint venture. Let's get the latest from Fox's Rebecca Castor. She has a roundup.
TikTokers across the country can now celebrate. The company announced Thursday it closed a deal to spin off parts of its...
I told y'all, more dancing videos. The very, very first thing they showed you was a dancing video. All right, look.
Fox's Rebecca Castor, she has a roundup.
TikTokers across the country can now celebrate. The company announced Thursday it closed a deal to spin off parts of its U.S. business into a new joint venture. That was the requirement for the Chinese-owned social media app to continue operating in the U.S., and President Trump made the deal a top priority.
We have American investors taking it over, running it, highly sophisticated.
Tech giant Oracle, private equity firm Silver Lake, and Abu Dhabi investment firm MGX will oversee the new U.S. operation, with a focus on protecting user data. The Chinese parent company ByteDance will still handle e-commerce, advertising, and marketing.
The U.S. controls the algorithm through it's in the Oracle data centers. In China, the algorithm is about improving yourself, making you smarter. Here, we get brain rot, but it's up to us if we want to change that.
On social media, President Trump thanked China.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying, though. He ain't lying, right? I don't know. I personally don't know what they have on social media in China. I don't know if it's educational and stuff like that, but here, at least here in the US of A, the on X, on YouTube, on TikTok, brain rot. You guys talk about AI slop, right? I think that human slop is so much more than AI slop. I have to be honest with you. We enjoy the things that are the worst for us. I'm happy, though, that the TikTok deal survived, because it allows the dance video creators to continue to make money. It allows U.S. jobs to survive for people who work for TikTok. If TikTok actually got banned, a whole economy would have been lost. It's different because with the DJI drone ban, there's other drone companies you can use. And I don't believe that there's a whole US ecosystem based off DJI drones, right? But for TikTok, there's a whole ecosystem. There's people who work for TikTok. They have offices here in US and Canada and stuff like that. There are content creators who, I really have no idea how much people make off TikTok, but they make something, you know?
Chinese President Xi Jinping for approving the deal, writing he could have gone the other way but didn't and is appreciated for his decision.
This is huge because what people don't realize about TikTok, it is becoming one of the fastest growing e-commerce platforms on earth. And with AI coming, you can watch a product for 59 seconds and just click on your phone and instantly have it delivered.
With the algorithm now under U.S. control, TikTok users could start to see changes in how videos are selected for their.
And you remember, TikTok had said that there was no way in hell. Remember, Vince McMahon? There is no chance in hell. ByteDance, China said there was no chance in hell that the U.S. would get control of the algorithm. And now we do. And here's the interesting thing, right? If China had control of the algorithm, was China feeding us what they wanted us to see, or were they feeding us what they knew that we wanted to see? Why didn't we get better stuff fed to us? Because maybe if that was the case, no one would use TikTok. So who is the problem at the end of the day?
Feeds. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
And take a look at this. The president weighing in on social media saying, quote, "I am so happy to have helped in saving TikTok. It will now be owned by a group of great American patriots and investors, the biggest in the world, and will be an important voice. Along with other factors, it was responsible for my doing so well with the youth vote in the 2024 presidential election. I only hope that long into the future, I will be remembered by those who use and love TikTok. Thank you to Vice President J.D. Vance and all the others within my administration who helped bring this deal to a very dramatic, final, and beautiful conclusion. I would also like to thank President Xi of China for working with us and ultimately approving the deal. He could have gone the other way, but didn't, and is appreciated for his decision." President Trump saying that on social media earlier today. Let's bring in Glenn Gerstle. He's formerly he was formerly a general counsel of the National Security Agency, I should say. He's here. You know, Glenn, really the big question is, will this truly eliminate foreign control over American users' data? Do we know that for sure?
I think this is a big step in the right direction. One of the things that Congress was concerned about when it passed the ban a year ago was the risk of disinformation and the risk from Chinese sources, and also the risk that user data, American user data, would somehow be manipulated or perhaps siphoned off back to Beijing for nefarious purposes. I think what the deal that's announced the other day, and by the way, it's not 100% clear that it's absolutely complete, but let's assume for the moment that it is, I think goes a big step in the right direction of making sure that the data is going to be kept in U.S. hands. The information is going to be stored on Oracle's cloud computers in Texas. It's going to be overseen by a 7-member board of directors that's majority controlled. And so I think we'll probably...
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you feel safer? Do you feel safer that now the data is in the hands of still random people, random individuals? And now that China's like, oh, you have the data? Okay, cool. We'll just hack the Oracle data centers in Texas. It's not like they haven't hacked data centers before, right? Here's another question. For TikTok users, this is gonna sound bad. I'm just prefacing it right now. It's gonna sound bad. With all due respect,
I'm just being honest.
What utter use would a foreign government have with 99.9% of the people who use TikTok? What, like, who cares? Like, why would anybody care? Let's say some random TikToker. China has your data. The majority of people on TikTok, nobody knows them. Nobody cares about them. What use would China have with they're going to mess with their credit score? Their credit score is probably abysmal to begin with. Like the whole argument for banning TikTok in the first place never made that much sense to me. And it was always based off of what could happen, what might happen. So do I care one or the other? I do, because actually, no, I don't, because I don't own Oracle stock, but maybe I own some ETF that have Oracle. So I do care, because that just makes my stocks go up. But as far as the TikTok part itself, I honestly did not care like a bit. And the arguments that they used for banning it, it was always dumb to me. It never really made much sense. And then you have people arguing it who don't know anything about tech in the first place. So
probably have a pretty good feeling that the data part of it is secure. Is it absolutely perfect? No, probably not much is going to be perfect, but it's a big step in the right direction.
You know, when I was reading about this, I was reading that there was a law passed by Congress, and it really kind of requires a remedy for foreign adversary control. Could this deal, in your opinion, still face legal or legislative challenges, or does it seem like this thing is pretty airtight?
Austin, you've put your finger exactly.
Before this guy talks, I'm going to say this. Anything can face legal challenges. There is no such thing as ironclad or airtight. There's no airtight NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. There's no airtight consent agreements. There's no airtight prenuptial agreements. There's no airtight contract of any type. Never. Because guys, you want to know why? Because if Junior and I agree to something, right? If Junior and I agree to something, and for some reason I want to be nefarious and I want to out the deal, I just need to find a nice enough judge to say whatever that Junior and I agreed to is now null and void because Junior was wearing a red shirt that day. And now the judge hates red shirts. The jury hates red shirts and say, oh, you know what? You're right. Because Junior had a red shirt on that day, no contract. It's no good. And leave it to Congress to play on the emotions of people, on politicians to play on the emotions of people. Politicians are literally sending people to their deaths right now. Literally. They are sending people to their death. And you know what they say? Oh my God, how could that happen? So can they get around this contract of this agreement? Of course. Google is an American company. Facebook, Meta is an American company. And just wait, they are gonna come after NVIDIA too. You're gonna come after all of them because if they can say, if the government tried to sue, they tried to break up Google because of Chrome and stuff like that. There is no such thing. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe from the government. If they want you, they're gonna have you. All right. So they tried to that was the limit for me. They tried to take my Chrome browser away from me. No.
Do not come.
On something that's of concern to national security professionals. When Congress passed the banning statute almost a year ago, it said that in order for the ban to not apply, two things had to occur. One is that ByteDance, the Chinese company, can't own more than 20% of the stock of TikTok. So they seem to have accomplished that. ByteDance is now going to own 19.9%. The second.
Is that theft? And here's the other thing, right? If TikTok, when it was Chinese owned, ByteDance owned, right? If I tell Magnetar, hey, TikTok, it's a Chinese owned company. You probably don't want to put your data in there because of XYZ. They can use it and stuff like that. And now if Magnetar goes and says, you know what? I don't care. I want to see AI videos of a human being dancing with a cat and doing a cool little dance that we're going to replicate all over the world. Should I say, no, Magnetar, unacceptable. I am going to protect you from yourself, and I am not going to allow you to sign up for TikTok, watch the video of the human dancing with the cat, and then replicate that video. But instead of using a cat, you're going to be using a dog to do the dance with you. Should I be in the position to stop Magnetar from making that video? I don't think so. Why do we continually stop people from making bad decisions? Like, are we not free to make bad decisions? Now, whatever consequences that you face, that should be on you. But let people make bad decisions. Learn from those decisions. I don't know.
In part of the statute, and this was very clear, was that there can't be any operational relationship. That's the words of the statute between ByteDance on one hand and TikTok on the other. And frankly, the press release that TikTok issued announcing the deal, frankly, raises almost as many questions about that as it answers. It's not exactly clear whether the algorithm is apparently going to be licensed by US TikTok. What are the terms of that license? We don't know. Will ByteDance still have some control over it? We already heard, as your reporter just mentioned a minute ago, that ByteDance is going to continue to play the critical role in the e-commerce part, in advertising, in marketing, and most importantly, the interoperability of TikTok USA with the rest of TikTok around the world. There are 2 billion users around the world. They want to see American videos, American TikTok videos. Americans want to see information from Brazil or Indonesia, pick your place. Whether that meets the statutes test is not clear.
You know, I'm also reading that the deal includes third-party audits, data localization, and contracted cloud storage. So how are they going to verify long-term compliance with the safeguards?
Well, again, right now, all we have to go on is that press release from the company, which asserts that this is the case. Let's assume that that is indeed the case. There are going to be third-party audits. Whether they'll be made public or not clear. Let's assume they're going to be third parties. I'm assuming all these parties are trustworthy and that they will, in fact, comply with this and make every effort to make sure that the data remains in U.S. hands. The question is, will ByteDance have any ability whatsoever to get in to see any of that data, even for training purposes or auditing purposes or oversight purposes? We just don't know. Is there a possibility of nefarious action? Can we completely eliminate that? Hopefully we can, but who knows? The disinformation risk, however, remains. It is entirely possible that content produced outside the United States will find its way into the United States, depending upon how the algorithm is retrained. And you could have insidious, bit by bit, very subtle disinformation campaigns creeping into the U.S. feed.
I mean, it's that is so, like, to me, that whole disinformation thing, it's so stupid because we have so much disinformation here. Like, if we didn't have quote unquote disinformation here, if the media wasn't continuously lying to us over and over and over, like when we see things with our own two eyes, and then they say no, this is actually what happened, but I'm like, but I'm seeing it. No, this is like, it's like, are you calling me stupid or crazy? Are you calling me stupid or crazy? Stupid. So now, because Russia or Iran or Israel or whoever gives us quote unquote disinformation, now we have to throw our hands up like, oh my God. We get disinformation like every single day, every single hour, every single night. We're getting disinformation. And they're like, oh, and if you don't believe what you can clearly see in front of your face is wrong, and what we tell you it is what it is, then no. Like the whole argument about TikTok and disinformation, because why can't foreign companies or foreign countries give us this information on YouTube, Facebook, X? People say that there's disinformation on X all the time. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me.
People are asking if this will impact their TikTok. How would you answer that question directly to them?
Generally, no. The short answer is this deal preserves TikTok USA in pretty much its form as it is now. You won't need to download a new app. You won't need to get a new password. You won't need to get a new login. You'll get the TikTok that you're used to. There's new terms of service that TikTok rolled out Thursday that you're deemed to agree to by using the app. So from the user's point of view, it's going to look pretty seamless. Whether the algorithm as it is retrained on US data, which is what the press release said, the Chinese algorithm, the content algorithm that decides what is for you, your feed for you, how that will change over time remains to be seen. There could be subtle changes. There could be dramatic changes. We'll have to see how that plays out.
We appreciate you, Glenn. Thank you.
Why can't it just be trained on all data? Why can't we just have it trained on all the data instead of just quote unquote US data? Because what if the US data is wrong? Like, if it wasn't for that pesky First Amendment, they would throw all conspiracy theorists in jail. That's what they'll do. They already demonize people who don't buy the narrative. You can see it with your own two eyes that this happened. Oh no, but I'm telling you, this is what really happened. But I can see it. No, this is what you have to believe. And if you don't believe it, we're going to take your job away from you. We're going to take your family away from you. We're going to take your way of your way to support yourself from you. they will show, you'll have somebody show you. They even spelled the name of a building wrong. That's supposed to be a learning center, but it's a learning center. And they'll say, oh no, you just went at the wrong time. What time should a place be open? Like, and they'll just hammer you. But then they want to cry foul about TikTok, about Chinese disinformation, about Ukraine disinformation, about Russia disinformation, about Iran disinformation, about the UAE disinformation, about all the other countries who have quote unquote disinformation, but US information is fine because of free speech. It's a joke. It is a joke to me. And then for they have our data. I'm going to tell you now, Meta has your data. YouTube has your data. If you knew the analytics that we can see in our like for YouTube content creators, if you could see the analytics that you could see that they have in the YouTube analytics, you'd be like, what? You would be like, it's true. It's true. So it's the whole fear mongering that these politicians put into that they put about all of these mystery scenarios for stuff that actually have like no impact on the everyday person. It's crazy. I mean, why would a foreign government want to mess up your credit when you do a great job of messing up your credit as well? Why would a foreign government want to mess up your algorithm when you do a great job of messing it up yourself? What do you think your YouTube feed is what China is feeding to you or any other country is feeding to you? Or is it the stuff that you enjoy? Did China make you fall in love with the housewife shows? Or was that you? So I think we harm ourselves and then we beg the government to take care of us, and they do a very, very poor job at it. It's my take. That is my take. All right, we are going to read the chat and then we're going to get up and out of here for today. Let me see. Where did we leave off? All right. Junior says, I don't even use TikTok, so it doesn't even matter to me. I don't even use TikTok myself, so I'm like, whatever. And it says, they're the ones who will go and stop ICE from doing their job. You know what I was thinking today as I was driving to the park to play basketball? I said, they always said that a certain demographics of people, they didn't need to have quote unquote the talk with their kids, while another demographic of people had to have quote unquote the talk with their kids on how to deal with law enforcement. Apparently, what I'm learning is that was A, true, B, probably everyone should have quote unquote the talk with their kids, their loved ones on how to interact with law enforcement. Because me personally, when I see law enforcement, I decide to go the opposite direction. When I see them stopped over a car, they have somebody sit down, they have handcuffs or whatever, I go totally the opposite direction. I don't ask if they need any help, if they need any assistance. If the person gets up and beats down the cop, that's their problem. I'm not getting involved. If the cop arrests the person, that's their problem. I'm not getting involved. Whenever I see police working, now if I'm walking by and I see them in the store, I'll say, hey, how you doing? I just like look at them, whatever, but be cordial. But if they are in the process of doing their job, I want no part of that whatsoever. Apparently, so for everyone who never had the talk, if you see police, if you see law enforcement doing their job, leave them alone. Let them do their job. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right. Let me see. Junior says, and they absolutely have those kind of judges stepping outside of their bounds. That's why prenups fail, because those same judges who feel they need to be activists instead of honoring the contract. Bruh. Yep. Yup. Let me see. Junior says, that sounds like a video Magnetar would watch with my tax dollars. I'm telling you, you're gonna see Magnetar on TikTok doing a little dance with a dog, and it's gonna go viral, and Magnetar is going to make trillions off of it, and you will never see Magnetar in the chat again. That's how it's gonna go. He's gonna make a little video. It's gonna go crazy on TikTok, and then he is going to run it up. Mags are gonna be like, more money. I'm telling you. And Junior says, we know the super flu that the things they call disinformation turned out to be true.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And they pushed that like crazy. Here's what it was, Junior. It was, like you said, a super flu. And they used that to control the narrative and the elections of 2020. And they used certain people during that time to get rid of one person and to put in another person. Disinformation. What they called disinformation was actually disinformation, right? The disinformation that people were saying that they got censored and stuff, that was true. And what they said was disinformation was the actual disinformation. It's a sad, sad world. And it says they just want to chill free speech. They sure do. Again, they determine what's good for you. See? It says, this is the pesky workaround. This is their workaround for that pesky first. Exactly. Always getting that First Amendment is always getting in the way. And it says they want to shut people off from the rest of the world so we don't really see what's going on in some places. That's how they do it. That is how they do it. Let me see. It says, I don't watch AI dancing cat videos, so that's not in my algorithm. It says, I spelled there wrong. Shame on me. Shame on you. And we have Me Massify in the building, says good evening to me, Junior, Magnetar, and the chat. Hope all is well. And yes, it's still snowing and cold as hell and getting colder by the hour. I forgot to wish and pray that everybody who is out there in the freezing cold stays warm. I've heard that people have lost their power. So I'm with you. My heart and my prayers are with you guys. We might survive. Stay safe. Hopefully you got a generator or something that is able to keep you warm. But I saw some ungodly temperatures. And everyone said that hell is supposed to be really, really hot. I'm wondering if it's going to be really, really cold. I'm just saying, because I saw some ungodly temperatures out there. I saw somebody said there was -14 in Wisconsin. Let me see. Let's see. I know that Mumify is in Detroit, I believe. Let me see. Detroit weather. That's 14 degrees over there. I mean, yeah. Snowing, 15 degrees is the high, 10 degrees is the low. Monday is going to be 17 degrees as the high and 2 degrees as the low. Thursday is going to be -4. -4 degrees is going to be the low and 10 degrees is going to be the high. Oh my God, I cannot even. So you guys stay safe, stay warm, all of that good stuff to the best of your ability. Junior says, just use some blankets and you'll be all right. Spoken like somebody who just made a video in West Palm Beach. I'm telling you. It says, I don't know about you. As a native South Floridian, nah, nope. I'm telling you, it gets like 59 degrees over here. I'm like, oh, it's too cold. Nope, it's not happening. It gets 63 degrees down here, and all the ladies have their boots out. They have their boots out down here. Junior says, it's time to run to Florida. Oh, you ain't saying. And Mumify says, my power is fine so far and just chilling. All right. And says, I don't have Florida economy money. to be fair, certain parts of Florida, if you go to like a little north of West Palm, you'll probably be fine. And so outside of South Florida, Orlando, it's pretty much okay. Tampa is like so-so, Jacksonville is so-so, but Orlando and South Florida, you'll be fine down here. But that's it for today. That is it for today. My friends, my family, we did great. Junior says, Florida isn't expensive. Yeah, it's not, it just depends. It depends on where in Florida that you are. The more south that you go, the more expensive it's gonna get. Orlando, Central Florida, somewhat semi-expensive, but not too bad. Not too bad. Let me see. It says, go live with the hoodlums and everything is cheap. Oh, no. We're not doing that. We are not doing, you know what, Junior, you get one of these.
Hey, a wise guy, eh?
All right. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know what's going on with Junior, but we had a good day today. We had a great day today. It was a
flawless victory.
But we're going to wrap it up. We are going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of TechnoTrowel Software Explorations. We did some great work. We're going to continue next Sunday building out this app. We deployed to Supabase. Looks like it's working good. Able to connect. Not getting results yet. So we're going to figure out what's going on with that. But that's it. Let me check. Mio says, my home is 3-bed, 2-bath, basement, 2-car garage, 2,100 cash. Oh, that is nice. No, you won't. You will not find that in Florida. You're not gonna find that in Florida. Reminder. Tomorrow, Candid Conversation. We're gonna be talking about experience over certifications. We're gonna be live on Tuesday night, working on our finishing up the time cost calculator to Apple. We're gonna continue working on the mobile app for the Barbarian coaching portal. Wednesday, we're gonna have our software explorations back live on Thursday, and then Friday we're gonna finish up with the bug bite. I'm gonna be posting the Scrum Night from last week tonight on Patreon. That's everything. Like, share, subscribe. Get access to resumeflow.app by becoming a Patreon member. You get access to the starter tier, upload your resume, start getting it analyzed, more features coming soon. All of that good stuff. And with that being said, thank you so much, Junior. Great show as usual. Appreciate it. But we're out of here. We are out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Enjoy TechnoTrowel. We are out.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yeah. Finally hit that checkpoint. They said it couldn't be done, but they ain't on this road. Windows down. Bass all the way up. Just ride.
All this that open road, cruise control, milestone pass, now we aiming for the next goal. Let the bass ride, leave the hate behind, all that negativity, I just tell you no mind. It's that next phase, feeling yeah the vision's clear, all the doubt they had is fading in the rearview mirror. Yeah. They don't know the hours that I had to put in, all the door they shut that I had to kick in, all the nights I missed, all the sleep I lost. They just seen it shine, they don't know the cost. Remember nights I was praying for a breakthrough, staring at the ceiling, wondering what I'm gon' do. Man, the burnout's real, had to push right through it. Had a vision in my head, I just had to stick to it. All the talk was cheap, man, that noise was loud. Had to block them out, separate from the crowd. They was throwing dirt, trying to cloud the name, while I was in the lab, building out the frame. Every line of code, every hour on the stream was a brick I laid for the whole damn dream. This ain't happened overnight, this was slow cooked. Every L I took was a lesson in the textbook. Now I'm on the highway, cruise set at 80, feeling like the man, yeah, I'm feeling like maybe I was built for this, maybe it's my time. Milestones a checkpoint, not the finish line. The bass from the 808 shaking no whip. Took a deep breath, man, I'm enjoying the trip. This is just a preview of the movie, not the end. Time to hit the gas and do it all again. Oh, this that open road, cruise control, milestone pass, now we aiming for the next goal. Let the bass ride, leave the hate behind, all that negativity, I just take pay it no mind. It's that next phase feeling, yeah, the vision's clear. All the doubt they had is fading in the rearview mirror. So I'm rolling solo, just me and my thoughts. Plotting on the next move, connecting the dots. This milestone is sweet, yeah, I'ma let it soak in. But the blueprint for the next one is already spoken to new exist, man, the vision's panoramic. They was sleeping on a kid, now they in a panic. Trying to jump on board, trying to ride the wave. The same ones who got it, the same ones who paid. I just tip the hat, I don't hold a grudge. From where I'm sitting, man, I'm way too far above all the petty drama, all that he said, she said. I'm just focused on the profit, focused on the bread. Optimistic for the future, cause I built the past. Got the foundation solid, know this thing will last. It's that tech coach vision, it's that pioneer flow. Planted all the seeds, now I'm about to watch it grow to a whole new level, to a different height. I ain't even worried, man, the future's looking bright. It's that round midnight vibe, feeling so alive. Some folks just survive, man, I'm learning how to thrive. So I let the beat rock, fast and heavy bass, while my mind is slow, steady, winning the race. Got the plan laid out for the next 5 years. Cheers to the hustle, man, and cheers to the tear. Oh, this that open road, cruise control, milestone pass, now we aiming for the next goal. Let the bass ride, leave it hate mine, all that negativity, I just pay it no mind. It's the next phase feeling, yeah, the vision's clear. All the doubt they had is fading in the rearview mirror.
And I won't let them break me, no matter what they send my way. This highway's open, and I'm focused, yeah, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Yeah, just like that. The beat ride. That negativity can't even catch up, man. We in a different frequency. Phase 1, complete. Phase 2, loading.